All right, folks, we are back. Thank you for coming over to the DFS 5-pack. We did the longer show this morning. It's more of look like what a members-only video will give you look. I realize it's very long. Not everybody has an hour in the day to watch that. So today, in the afternoon, we're going to do more of what our typical videos are like. And then hopefully, best of luck to everybody tonight playing the NBA preseason. I know it's a little difficult. Not only is it the first day after not doing it in a while, but preseason's not nearly as easy as the regular season.
No, not even close. But we're going to have some fun doing it anyways.
Absolutely, we are. Don't forget to click the thumbs up video, guys. I'll make a deal with y'all. If we can get 100 thumbs ups on this video, we'll do another members only video for the public over the next couple of days. Nothing more than just clicking the thumbs up. It helps circulate us around YouTube, trying to grow things this time of the year, and that would be appreciated. And then I think everybody wins.
Sweet.
All right, guys. It is, again, the 11th of December. We're going to go through our favorite plays of the night. I had a longer discussion with the guys over at Overlay DFS like 2 weeks ago, trying to just encourage them. And I was glad that they kind of bought into this because they have matchup shop stuff up for the preseason right now. Did a couple of Instagram videos and a couple of them that I like earlier. You can follow me on Instagram below. And we still got the cross promotion here thing going. If you're interested in signing up to play on Overlay, screenshot your initial deposit and DM it to me so I can get you a free membership to the 5-pack, guys. The matchup shop, we're going to be coming fast and furious with the info this year.
Amen.
All right. And as far as current 5-pack promotions go, for the rest of the week, buy a monthly membership, you get half your first month reimbursed. So we'll have extra information for customers this year for preseason. We got NFL up and running. Might as well get that first month at half price. Otherwise, the NBA package, which will consist of everything that we got from basically today until the end of the playoffs, $75. Utilize the PayPal or Venmo addresses below. One-time payment, you're good to go for all the NBA information all year long.
Yeah, man, I'm psyched for NBA to start and to break this slate down with you.
I agree. I agree on both of those things. So subscribe to the station if you're new to it. When we do the daily write-ups and we go through the actual 5-pack that we make our decisions on at the end of the day, it looks something like this. You get an actual description of why it is that we expect these guys to succeed. So let's talk about Dennis Schröder. No Bron, no Anthony Davis tonight. To me, that's the biggest part. Best players on the Lakers. They're not going to be here this evening. It's the reason that this show is Laker heavy tonight. And also, I expect a lot of people's lineups to be Laker heavy tonight. I think Schroeder's probably my favorite of the bunch. I don't need to worry about cost, so I don't really care how much each of these guys cost. I just expect him to be aggressive. This guy wants to be the starter. He's going to have the ball in his hands a ton. He can score. He can pass. I just like him tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. He seems like one of the biggest locks on the slate. You mentioned it. No LeBron, no AD. We know Schroeder's good. I figure he's going to try to make a good impression his first game as a Laker or his first time in a Lakers jersey. I don't even want to call it his first game, but his first preseason game in a Lakers jersey. I think that him and Harrell are going to, start right away, just going full speed, and it's hard not to like a couple Lakers here.
Yeah, when a team is not, this preseason and regular season are different, but everybody becomes more desirable when your best two players aren't touching the floor tonight. We know about it. They've known about it for days. I doubt we see much Bron or AD at all throughout the preseason, so I think it's Schroeder's time to shine.
Yeah, agreed.
Next up, we got Trey Young. I look at him as a cash game lock tonight. He's very likely going to be very high end on the chalky side of things. This is a guy who loves the game of basketball. He's itching to play right now. For a guy like him who hasn't played basketball, you know what I mean, like in a game setting like this since March, he's got to have fresh legs, ready to go. I expect him to be assertive and aggressive tonight. I find it highly unlikely that Rajon Rondo would play tonight. Chris Dunn is out. Also, and I think the thing, and one of the reasons he's going to be very high owned tonight, one, we have tons of money, but two, it's not unknown that the Hawks played their guys heavier minutes in the preseason last night. Does that mean that happens tonight? No, but it's a good chance that they play a couple more minutes than some of the other teams.
Yeah, agreed. Listen, the other thing to like about Young is he doesn't even need big minutes because he's a guy that can go off in limited time, which is what you look for on slates like this. Massive upside. He's going to be popular. In cash games, you just lock him in. And in tournaments, he's a fade at your own risk type of play.
Absolutely. And again, he's probably a little bit too expensive, but on a slate like this, I would pay $11K for the right guy. You know what I mean? Because you have so much extra money if you want it. It's easy to fill out your salary, but man, if I knew this guy was going to play 30 minutes, I'd pay every dollar for him.
Well, when you're talking about if you're talking about the right guy, if there was a guy we knew was going to play a stud that was going to play like at like regular season minutes, I'd probably pay like $15K for that guy on this slate.
Exactly, because like I'll play the 6K guys over the 4,000 guys, but they're probably only a couple points better.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next up we got Montrezl Harrell, Laker number 2 out of 3 this evening. Again, it's a lot of the same points that go around with Schröder. There's a reason that people are going to be Laker heavy tonight. The reason our show is Laker heavy because they make way too much sense not to discuss them all the way out. So AD's out, Bron's out. And I think we fully agree on this. I don't expect Marc Gasol to play much, if at all, tonight. I mean, he's an older player. He looks like he's had better days. So why? And he played minutes well into the postseason as well. So we like Montrezl Harrell. And I think you guys all know that I'm about as anti-narrative as anybody in the DFS world, but that doesn't mean that they don't work out some days. And this is one that I like. Like, I don't think this is the only reason to go after Montrezl Harrell, but I expect this dude to be just a little bit of a chippy tonight with a little bit of his chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like, I don't think they're going to push him hard. They know what they've got with him. He's not like a young player, but no Davis, no Bron against his old team. Probably a bunch of backups out there that he practiced against. I'm all about it here. Like, it's really hard not to lock in Schröder and Harrell. But if I had to pick one, it's Harrell.
Okay. I got no arguments with that. I slightly prefer Schröder, but I'm probably playing both. So it doesn't really matter which one I slightly prefer because I think they're both going to be in my lineup. This guy had a rough go of it in the bubble. He's had a couple months off to get right. I think you see a very good version of Montrezl Harrell tonight. And also, like the Lakers, like, again, how much can you really expect Marc Gasol to play here? And AD is out. Like, they're not big on big bodies. So does that mean he's going to play 40 minutes? No, but I feel better about him playing some decent minutes.
Couldn't agree more.
All right. Next up, Enes Kanter. First off, we all know this about Enes Kanter. He is a point per minute stud. He does not need a long time on the court in order for him to excel as far as getting you the DFS points you're looking for. Jusuf Nurkic, very, very unlikely to play tonight. That is a big part about why we're looking at Enes Kanter on I expect Kanter to be relatively popular because Nurkic is unlikely to play. We all love Kanter when he's in there. You just worry about his minutes. He's a cash game play for me, but this is one of those guys that even though I look at him as more of a cash game play because I expect him to be relatively popular, if you just like him and expect him to play well, play him in GPPs too.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, there's another guy that's backing up Kanter that I like a lot, but we know Kanter can put up big numbers in big minutes or big numbers in small minutes, excuse me. He's a points per minute beast. And, it all depends on how much you think he's going to play. If you think he's going to play like, just lock him in everywhere.
Right, and that's the thing about the guy that you like backing him up. Both of these dudes could succeed tonight. There's no they could each play half, and they could both be fine.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, they're cheap and they can put up points quickly. All right, last up, Laker number 3, Kyle Kuzma. Definitely worth giving him a look tonight. He's my third favorite from overall points, but that doesn't mean he's not the highest scoring of the 3. He's also significantly cheaper, and you get him at the small forward position, which is really, really nice. Say it before, we've said it again. There's no AD or Bron tonight. This is a good time for him to shine. We've seen Kuzma disappoint in situations like this before. We've also seen him be amazing in situations like this before. I expect him to play hard tonight. He's very inexpensive. He's also likely to be pretty popular tonight.
Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Okay, back with you. I agree, man. All your points, and I like how you changed the PowerPoint a little bit, where you got each bullet point coming up as you talk about it.
I'm learning things. I had a friend over last night, and she was showing me some things on PowerPoint. I'm trying to up my game a little bit.
So, man, I agree with you. Kuzma's a kind of a wild card. I think the other thing about Kuzma I wanted to talk to you about, because a lot of people at least are locking in Schröder and Harrell, don't you think that might keep his ownership down a little bit, or no?
No, because he's cheap. He can play at the 3. And this is just me going off of the hunch that literally almost every message I got today had Kyle Kuzma included in it. So I'm just guessing that people are looking at him. Because I think once you put the good players in, you start looking for a cheap guy or two. So I think he gets some love. Maybe he's not as popular, but I still think he's well into the double digits.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely think the more we talk about this, like leaving money on the table is very attractive in tournaments.
Yeah, because most people won't do it. It's hard to do, man. Like
Kyle.
I was just going to say, like, Kyle Kuzma could easily outscore Montrezl Harrell tonight.
Yeah, easily. I was saying it's uncomfortable to leave money on the table.
Definitely. It's hard to do. Now, there are some day baseball slates where it's a little bit easier, but that's not what we have at our disposal right now. As easy as it is to look at some of these younger and cheaper players, like submitting a roster with only $46,000 spent and leaving 4K on the table is not something most people are willing to even buy into.
Agreed. And you're right. Like there are some slates like the baseball ones where like you basically have no choice but to leave money on the table. Like that's just what it is. But here you've got players that are attractive and people will want to play.
Absolutely. So you can overspend on guys tonight. And that's where we talked about, like, let's not forget that as much as like there's some rooks and there's some cheaper guys that are probably a little bit underpriced, some of these guys are just better. Like I would never play Nikola Vucevic tonight because I don't think he's going to see enough minutes. But let's not pretend like in the 20 minutes that he plays, he won't be just better than most guys playing 20 minutes tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. But will he be better than a guy playing 28 minutes?
I don't know. And we're all playing a little bit of a guessing game tonight, which is, again, I know at the start of the day, you're like, I don't know, NBA preseason, let's talk about it, but I don't know how excited I am. Like, I can feel the excitement in your voice. You're like, man, I feel like a lot of people could screw this up. Like, this is going to be fun to, like, take some chances. And if all of a sudden, like, a chalky guy, whoever that might be, just doesn't only plays 15 minutes, and you spend $3,000 less on somebody nobody's using, like, that's a great way to, outfox the competition.
No doubt about it.
So that's it, guys. We get 100 thumbs up on this video. We'll drop another members only for the public coming up real soon, just to give you guys something else to talk about. I know not a ton of people do the NBA preseason information, so we'll be here the best that we can throughout the rest of the month, until the regular season starts talking about this stuff. If you're looking for a fantasy basketball league to play in, hit me up. I got a couple spots available, and I wish everybody the best of luck tonight.
Let's get it, guys.
Yes, I'm excited to play. And guys, I cannot say it enough. We got daily sports again. How great is that?
Like, yeah, it can't be better, man. We finally have something to do every day, all day.
Right? I mean, I know we took a 4-month hiatus. Man.
Seems like forever.
It does, and that took forever. And then we had baseball and basketball. Pretty good for a few months. And then like that, it was gone. But now it's back. We got something to do.
Baseball seems so fast compared to like NFL.
Yes. I mean, that was a quick little hit, but what are you going to do? It's a weird year, but we got sports again.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. Good luck tonight, guys.
Thanks, guys.